Welcome to another edition of Inside the Hashes exclusive interviews. I'm Sam Kirk, joined today by Khalil Keith, former Baylor offensive lineman, now former, a little bit different, I'm sure, hearing that. Khalil, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So we'll just kind of start off. Maybe you could talk about your high school career and just maybe your story with football. I mean, I know you're an all-state offensive lineman in 2015 and 16 in the state of Alabama. I mean, pretty successful high school career, a lot of competitive football going on down there. Can you just explain to us how your transition was from high school, maybe some recruiting stuff and into college?
Yeah, so I'm from a small town. It was a small area, but I played both sides of the line in high school, offensive line and defensive line. And I was getting recruited by a lot of like defensive line coaches and offensive line coaches. So that was nice to experience. And my recruiting journey, it was nice. I was getting recruited by a lot of big time schools, but then it came down to making a business decision. I ended up choosing Baylor.
Yeah. No. So when you chose Baylor, what do you think about that program specifically, kind of aligned with your goals and your skills?
Just the whole spiel the coach gave me, just like person over player, and being there is gonna be a family vibe, and they was gonna push me and make sure I stayed on track.
Yeah, you kind of hit on it earlier that you're just training, getting ready right now. And could you go through your process during the week and maybe during the season? Obviously, one thing that sticks out for me is you're able to stay healthy, and sometimes availability is your best ability. You know what I mean? That importance of staying on the field definitely helps a lot. You want to go through your process just being so reliable and able to just start these many games.
The schedule, I mean, it's a nice schedule, 2-a-days basically, where I would get up and just train for speed work, do my stretching and stuff, get some conditioning, core work. Then I would come back after having lunch and stuff, would be arms or legs, either or, and just maintaining that with just lots of stretching and hydration and making sure I'm eating, putting the right things in my body.
Yeah, no doubt. I also saw you were a basketball player in high school. Do you think in any way that kind of, helped you, become more versatile on the offensive line, being able to move your feet quicker? Do you think that helped being a multi-sport athlete?
Yes, sir. You got to have good feet to play basketball. You can't be out there with two left feet. And I think the drills and stuff based on basketball helped me with my feet. Just we was constantly like on the ladder, and it was all technical. So, you can't travel and stuff like that. So I feel like that helped me with my quickness, being able to jump, and just my good feet I think I have.
Yeah. So now I'll kind of ask, we'll shift it more to what happened in Baylor, what happened at Baylor now. So headed 2022, they kind of shift you from left guard to right tackle. How was that move specifically for you? Was that something you saw coming, or was that kind of a challenge for you and, a little bit of a test? When the new coaching staff happened,
I just seen we were like kind of light at right tackle, and I asked, could I move from guard to tackle? And I put that challenge on myself. It was kind of hard at first trying to learn like all the technique. I was going back and watching film. I was looking crazy out there, but it finally clicked and everything started working well in my direction.
Yeah, no, it's a great story, and just it's important to be versatile. And what do you think your plan is now going forward? Do you see yourself more on the interior, or you're again kind of open to playing where they need you?
Right. I'm more available to wherever they need me, like you said, but I like tackle, but I also like guard too. So it's wherever. So I can't say I like either better. I think I like both equally.
Definitely a pretty good problem to have. Now I'll kind of just talk about your team, this past year. What was it like playing with so many veterans amongst the offensive line? And could you maybe detail a little bit what was going on inside that room with that many people with that much experience? There must have been some really good conversations on just what you guys were doing game plan wise, heading into practice, et cetera.
It was good to have all those guys back. Just having that year before and winning the Big 12 championship, then coming back, having the same goals, but like helping each other with our personal goals. This is a unit when you're out there just trying to somebody's weaknesses may be somebody else's strengths, trying to help them out and push each other, because we all had the ultimate goal of going to the NFL that next year. So we just always pushing each other, studying film together, extra time. It was a brotherhood for sure.
Were there any moments at Baylor that, always kind of have like just stuck with you on the offensive side of the football? Any plays, any games that you guys really just think you dominated throughout, and that was kind of an example of, you at your best and, the whole unit at their best?
I would say the Big 12 championship. I just felt like from the first snap, everything was clicking, everything was rolling. Like, it felt like we was going to win the game, the whole game. Even when it came close, it felt like we was going to win.
So now kind of just, we'll fast forward to like off the field stuff, hobbies, anything. What are you interested in specifically, just off the field, non-football related?
I like anything outdoors. I like fishing. I like going to bookstores. That may sound weird, but I like going to see, like, I don't pick up a lot of books, but like I grab one or two, but I like going to like learn different things. I like museums, and I like to travel. So hopefully when I get the chance to, I get to travel the world a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's really cool just to hear what, you're up to as well. So can you explain a little bit how the Hula Bowl was for you guys, and just how that experience was for you in general, receiving that invite and then kind of getting that week down there, whatever it was?
That was a blessing to be able to have that, even go to the Hula Bowl. It was great. It showed me like the business side of the football realm that I was getting into, and it was good to see some of the top competition in that they provided, I guess. And it was good to see a bunch of guys that I played against that was there. So it was a bunch of guys, and I made a bunch of friends. Like some of the guys that were just there now, I still talk to them, and it was great.
Yeah. So, now we'll talk a little bit just more about your process right now. I mean, you said you're training a lot. Maybe go through just a daily, random weekday for you now here, just kind of getting ready for amping up for everything.
A normal weekday, I'll probably wake up, stretch, grab some breakfast, then just go out to the field, work on a few starts, L cones or shuffles or just broad jumps, anything like that, anything I feel like I need to tweak. And I would just go to the gym, do my normal lift that my trainers have gave me, just trying to stay on track and trying to stay in my peak performance up until pro day.
So now I'll kind of give you a little fun question to think about. So if you're looking at your freshman year self, redshirt freshman, Khalil Keith, and now you're looking at yourself now, what do you think the biggest difference is, maybe on the field or off the field?
I'll say my maturity on the field, just learning the game. First coming in, I didn't really know much about how deep college schemes can get, and I know NFL playbook is way, way bigger, but just the transition for me, the high school play was one or two calls to the offensive line, just making multiple calls and multiple formations, just learning all that in depth.
Yeah, I mean, so just with all this experience, obviously, I think there's a leadership role that's kind of expected of you, especially being that 6-year senior you just were. How would you describe your leadership? Are you more of a guy that talks, or you just kind of more speak with your actions and your play?
Depending on the day if I'm a talker, but I'm not a big talker, but I think I was more a leader by example, just the intensity I play with, just not never letting my man win or doing whatever I can to not keep my man from making the play and just doing that.
Do you think there's anything about your game that kind of comes to mind when you're thinking of things that maybe you think you're really good at it, but not a lot of people are kind of, little something that hides under the radar about you that you like?
I would say my different sets I try to set up guys to maybe show their boots early, or if I've been studying and I see they're a big hand swipe guy, I know this is just looking right at my hand, so I might throw a flash in there and try to get them through them early, and just for me to be in a better position, or I might just my different sets and variations. People not the regular person may know, but somebody within football resume pick up on.
Yeah, I'll kind of talk about your injury in the offseason before this upcoming year. How big of a setback was that for you? And, I know missing those 6 games definitely hurt a bit, but, how was the get back there and how was the process on the road to recovery?
It was a setback, but everything, I guess, is part of the process anyway. So it hurt me pretty bad. Just knowing missed half of the season. Then coming back, I would come back to the 6 games left mark, and just knowing I had to prepare myself, just working hard after surgery to, be that 1% better every day and try to get up out the hole I was in to get back into my physical shape to be able to play. But the process, it was nice. It was definitely a challenge to be faced with that just going into your senior year, your last year. I could have opted out and just said I was going to, take a medical, but I wanted to come back and play with those guys that I started with.
Yeah, no, it's really respectable, and honestly, I think it's just shows great trust between you and the program. Going into this season, did you guys have any specific goals, and do you think you personally were able to reach some of those? I know missing those 6 games was obviously tough, but that time after, how do you think you played, and did you play as well as you were expecting?
Yes, sir. So when I got back, we wasn't doing too well. We had lost a few games, but once I came back, we were on a good hot streak where we was running the ball over 200, 250 yards a game. We was really doing good things up front together. I won't say I'm sure that to me, but I think I had a big factor in helping, us make that push to win those games.
What do you think about you as a player, like on the field, having someone like you in the locker room? What do you think your personality kind of aligns with the NFL? What do you think would fit nicely? Why do you think you personally will be able to succeed in the next level?
Because I'm a nice people guy, and I like to make people smile and laugh, and try to see what gets them going. And I feel like I can help the NFL locker room just by taking the edge off. It's a job at the end of the day, but we still people and we still got feelings, and making people laugh and something I enjoy, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer, honestly, to end on, Khalil. I really appreciate your time today and just your insight. So, man, I got best of luck with everything and really appreciate having you on today.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Great talking to you.